beautiful people. How is everybody doing on this amazing Saturday morning that is kind of dreary and rainy and cold here in Texas? I am actually in a sweater and I have my Ugg boots on. It is, you know, the middle of May and I'm wearing my Ugg boots, which is just absolutely crazy. I'm like, Texas, you are drunk. Anyway, yeah, so it is an amazing morning, but still a dreary morning in Texas. But I was getting in my car and I was thinking about some of the appointments I have to do today with clients, and then just some things I've been talking about with some of my consults that I've been doing, because I'm doing those free consults until May 22nd. And so I've had a lot of people coming in and asking different questions, and one of the things people bring me is they want help with their obvious they want these deep connective moments with their lover. They want to have like this mind-blowing, soul-shaking, shattering kind of sexing. And they're like, well, you can help me with that. I'm like, yeah, I can. I very much can help you to discover how to have that mind-blowing sex, that deeper soul really connecting sex. But a lot of people will think that it's going to come down to tips and tricks and techniques. And though yes, you can always like learn a new technique, and there are things that we can do that are not helpful in sex. That, you know, like using teeth in oral sex is usually not a great thing. Like there are certain things that it's like, okay, yeah, you need to learn a little bit of technique. But for the most part, that is not going to get you mind-blowing sex. That actually is never going to get you mind-blowing sex. Technique will not give you mind-blowing sex. Technique will give you technique. It will give you the pieces to pull it together. What is really required, my internet's going out in and out because of the rain, so I apologize. What is really required is that you do your inner work. And most people don't get that. They don't want to look at that. They don't want to look at the fact that in order to have mind-blowing sex, you have to do your freaking inner work. You have to look at self. Our sex is so amazing in that it mirrors our lives. It mirrors ourselves. So if you are restricting, if you are stressed in different parts of your life, it is going to show up in your sexing. Either you're going to go in and you're going to be like, I know lots of people who they restrict all their pleasure throughout their lives, and then they go home and they masturbate 10 times because that's the only way they can get pleasure. Well, that's a restriction process, and that's showing up in your sex, and it's not showing up as a healthy kind of outlet in your sex. I know lots of people who they're restricting their pleasure, and so in their sexing they're not able to really open. I know people who have this scarcity mindset, and so they go into their sexing thinking they can have, like, let's say, you know, only one orgasm when really they could be multi-orgasmic. They have vulnerability issues. They really struggle to step into vulnerability, to have that courage to really connect. They're scared because, FYI, we're all scared a little bit of our sex. If you say you're not, you're a fucking liar. You are. We're all scared of our sex at some level because there is great depth in our sex, and our sex can continue to dive us deeper into that depth. But if you're having vulnerability issues, then that is definitely going to show up with a partner in the bedroom. When you are in bed with your partner and you start going, oh, I need to go wash, I need to go, you know, we just had sex, so now I feel dirty. That shame coming up. Our sex requires us to look at our shit. And most of our society doesn't even realize that. They don't realize they need to look at all of these other pieces in order to make their sex expansive. And once we start to look at those pieces, it is amazing how deep our sex can be. There's been times when, and I actually think I wrote an article the other day about this, about a situation a couple months ago where where I was like really in a not surrendered place. And it took me truly and surrendering to my partner in order for me to truly start to reawaken my orgasm. Because we all will constrict at times and all open up and expand. Well, some of us won't open up and expand because we don't realize we need to. But our sex, it really does mirror. And so I get people who come in and they're like, so you're just going to teach me tips and tricks. And I'm like, that's never been what I do. That's not what I do. You're going to teach me, this stroke or that stroke. And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely not what I do. Definitely not what I do. But I am going to show you how to connect with yourself. I'm going to show you how to breathe. I'm going to show you how to feel. I'm going to show you how to truly connect at a deeper level with self. And then through that deeper level with self, you're going to connect deeper with a partner. You're going to feel more with a partner. You're going to experience more. But we like to look at sex as like a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And yes, even you women, this idea that it is okay to have, half an hour sex now. I'm noticing this pattern in my ladies, and it's actually very sad. It actually makes me kind of want to cry over it. But it's this, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and that's okay with them. That's okay. They think it's okay to, have just that high-pitched, climactic orgasm. But if that is all you're getting, you're not filling your tank. And guys, I think you like to cut off your own emotions from the sexing a lot of times. Not all of you. I don't want to paint big brush strokes of everybody, because that's not true, and that would be me doing disservice to you guys. But the truth is, a lot of times you don't want to connect the heart. Well, the heart is where the depth is. The heart is where the emotion and the connection is. The heart is true passion. We can't have true turn on without connecting to those emotions. If we are disconnecting from our feelings and our emotions, then we don't find that depth. And so in order to have mind-blowing sex, which is totally possible, you can have this just like really deep, like pulling yourself or your partner off the ceiling. Like my best friend Kendall calls it, touching the big moments where you are in just a completely different spiritual space with your sex. It is so doable. However, you have to do your inner work. You have to connect. And guess what? We like to think of sex as always being pleasurable, always being orgasmic, always being this and that. But sometimes sex is actually deep, and sometimes sex is gets you into these places where you are like, you're crying and you're messy and you're laughing, and it's not always this pornographic kind of happening. No, I've been in sex and it started crying my eyes out, and told my partner, no, just please, just keep going. I'm releasing. That is such beauty in sex, and that is mind-blowing sex. When our sex can start to release some of those energies in our bodies, that is truly mind-blowing. That is truly beautiful. That is healing. But even if you just want that hot, fiery sex, it doesn't always have to be that hot, fiery, passionate sex. You have to look at your shit. You have to do your inner work. You have to be willing to lean in and be vulnerable and to be present. And yes, you have to learn to feel, and feel in so many different ways. Feel your emotions, but also feel your body. I can't tell you how many people I work with and I talk to that when they first come to me, they don't ever truly feel into their genitals. They don't ever take the time to go, what does my pussy feel right now? What does my cock feel right now? Ooh, I feel a tingling sensation. We shame it. We go, oh no, I shouldn't feel that. I'm in the grocery store. I shouldn't feel turned on. I shouldn't look at that woman in Starbucks and think she's got a beautiful body. Like she turns me on. That woman right there, her energy turns me on. We think, oh, that's bad, that's me that I should shame myself, that's wrong. And it's not. Those different pieces until we start to really do that inner work. And also, yes, you can learn the fun tips, tricks, techniques, all this stuff. Like I'm doing an oral sex workshop with Kendall in June. Yes, June 22nd, 2 days before we go to Punta Cana. Woohoo! Girls trip. But when we can learn all those tips and tricks and techniques and all those fun pieces, but it is always down to if you are not taking your time, if you are not stepping into your own body, then I'm sorry, you're not going to have mind-blowing sex. So yes, you do have to do your inner work. You have to look at your shit. And not only that, you also need to make it playful and fun and take some of the seriousness out of it. Like, it doesn't always have to be like super clinical and serious and okay. No, like laugh and joke and okay, like vaginal farts happen and, you know, your hair gets aware. You know, there's laughing, there's joking. That is also what makes sex mind-blowing and beautiful. So, connect in all those ways. Do your inner work. Like I said at the beginning of this, I'm doing consults for free until May 22nd, but they must be booked before May 22nd. Also, oral sex workshop coming up in June, but I have this Tantra 201 workshop coming up next Saturday. Yep, next Saturday evening. So it's in the evening. It's going to be a beautiful workshop to really reinvigorate that sexual energy, that connection. It's PG-13, just rated for language, but it is always a beautiful workshop of connection, really learning some tools to bring into your sexing, into just your relationships, because this is not all about sex. Tantra is not all about sex, but we will definitely touch into that. And so join Kendall and myself next Saturday for this amazing workshop. You can find that by just searching in Facebook Tantra 201 and it'll come up. You can look on my page. You can go, okay, and I'm back. You can go to my page, addisonbell.net, and under the workshops and events tab, you can see all the amazingness happening in the next few weeks. So join me and I will see you guys possibly tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. Go have a kick-ass day and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys, love ya.